And I can still remember my first game at Rotherham, where we were actually won, even though we were pretty much bottom of the league. They were top of the league, and I thought, crikey, this is easy. But then it got a bit tougher. It ended in relegation, but fortunately the club had faith in me, and the rest's pretty much history. But it wasn't easy, but we won 2 fantastic championships. And just coming down the A66, the last little bit off the A1 there, as soon as I swung round there, I'm thinking, oh, crikey, I saw the river, and we used to have our recuperation days. We used to walk along the river and talk about things with the players. So already there's so many memories flooding back to me. And I'm glad to see the new facility, and it's in good condition. There's definitely scope for improvement and things if things go well, but it is fantastic to be back. It really is.
Dick Corden played a key role, didn't he? Because you had your interview at Blackwell Grange Hotel just over the road here, and you walked out of that, and Dick called you back in, and then at the end of the season as well, he sat next to you at Scunthorpe and said, "I hope you're stopping, Brian." Yeah,
I remember. I think Archie offered me a couple of games to see how good or bad I was, which is nobody's. It wasn't an opportunity. It wasn't an opportunity I would have taken. So I did walk out. Fortunately, Dick was downstairs waiting, and he just said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well," and I told him, and he went, "Give me 5 minutes." So he sorted that out for me, and I got the job till the end of the season. And of course, he became chairman pretty much the last game of the Scunthorpe game, which saw us relegated. And, those words from a chairman. Well, if you go, I'm going. I mean, I just said to him, "You can't go. You've just took over the chairman's job." He said, "Well, you're not going neither, are you?" Then I said, "No, come on." Then he said, "Well, we've got 2 years to fix this place." And of course, who would have thought we'd have done what we did? It was an incredible period, great times, and I have so many fond memories. It's untrue.
And the supporters as well, they came out in force because near the end of the relegation season, Brian, the gates doubled, didn't they? And then the next season they were always around about 4,000 mark.
Yeah, I think when we went down, there was sort of an aura about that in those days. It's like falling off the end of the earth almost. Football sort of finished really in many people's eyes. It was totally going into a non-league scene, which it isn't these days. But it was really a difficult thing to deal with. So people came possibly as we better come just in case it never happens again, sort of thing. But the important thing then was to get it rolling. And if we could get it rolling, and we're in a league where we're winning and looking good, you would bring the crowd back. And the desire to get back into the Football League fueled fans from all around the place, and they came back. And it really spurred us on, So I think I'm not going to say lucky because we worked hard, but we had a little bit of luck along the way, obviously. But all the things that were needed to bring it back, fell into place. And I think that's a message for the future as well while I stand here. If they can get it rolling again, they're in a difficult league at the moment, but if they can get that rolling, I'm sure everybody will come back, and it'd be great to see them back, where they rightly belong in my mind, which would be the Football League. But they've made good progress over the last few years. This is a tougher league than they've been in for quite some time. I know this league quite well. So once they get it rolling, and I'm sure they will, I think there's some good days might come back again.
There was so much pressure in that conference season, though, wasn't there? Because it was Darlow against Barnet.
Yes.
But there was only one promotion place available, not like there is the two nowadays. So there was pressure all the way through that season, wasn't there?
Yeah, and of course we. Towards the end, we had a little stumble up at Kidderminster, and I can remember going to watch Barnet play at Macclesfield, where it was 0-0 till very much the last kick of the game, and then Barnet scored to win, to put pressure on us again. But we did see it through. But yeah, Barnet and Barry Fry, who's still a good friend of mine today. I mean, Barry and I sort of met in those days, and we still see each other today now, sort of thing. And we still talk about it, and he still laughs and he still jokes about it. I mean, there were perennial second places in those years, but that one season they really went for it, And one of the key games that season was the Barnet game away, where, for the first time we played without 3 centre backs. I changed the system and told all the lads we're going to play them man for man all over the park, and we won that game 2-0, and it was a great performance. But yeah, It's just wonderful thinking about it, you know. I'm here and I can talk about it, and there's so many things coming in my head already. But it was a tough season. It was very competitive. We possibly could have won 2 trophies that season. You know, when we lost in the cup game down at League. We couldn't believe we lost that game, but as it turned out, it might have been a blessing in disguise. I don't know, but you know, we were a good team then, and we had some good players who played well together, who got on well together. You know, but winning promotion back was the most important thing.
Yeah, that game at Welland when Gary Coates was scored the winner, there was a pitch invasion. I remember chatting to you after the game, and I think you were more relieved than delighted.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when I went back in the dressing room, I sort of locked myself in the toilet for 5 minutes because I thought I was going to cry, and I didn't like to show that emotion to anybody, to be honest, because I was choking up a little bit. But yeah, I mean, you know, I can remember talking to Big Ron Lamprell a few times, and I kept saying, "Come on, how long's to go? And how long's to go?" And he kept telling me, "Should be finished now, Gaffer. Should be finished now." Like, that made it worse. But yeah, really nervy day. And I think we went out on that night, and I think for the first time for 2 years I had a drink, because I was determined not to have a drink of alcohol until I got back to the Football League, and I don't think I was too well the next day because I wasn't used to it, you know. But yeah, great memories, and Welling and Coatsy, of course. You know, when I think of 2 or 3 of the players I took from here to play in the Football League as well, at the higher league, you know, none of them disgraced themselves. Gary, one of them, Jimmy Willis, of course, Michael Trotter. So they were good lads, you know, and it showed there was a fair bit of talent around at the time.
There were some tough games as well, the 4th division season, wasn't there? I think the one that I remember the most, not the Rochdale one right at the end, but the Northampton away game.
Yes.
When we won 3-0 in the first half, I think it was Mitch Cook scored that cracking goal from the edge of the area.
Yeah, I mean, we had some hard games, you know, it was a different level, and when we started the season we lost away from home first game of the season, and we knew then we were moving into new territory then, you know, because we didn't give much away, and but it just livened us up a little bit. It just made us think about, but some of the performances are outstanding, to be honest, and it's still the same today. If you win that what's classed as the non-league, but now Division 5, if you win that particular league, you're well dressed for being ready in the league above. All you need to do is just tidy up a few little areas, which we did do. And again, the signings worked superbly for us. But yeah, we had some tough games, of course, but we were always competitive. And some of the games we played in, you know, made the fans really enjoy the football. You know, people thought we were a defensive team with 3 centre-backs, but we had a terrific way of playing going forward as well, which was the best part about it. So I enjoyed it. And yes, as I'm talking to you now, Ray, you know, you're making me think about things that, you know, I probably should have spoken more about in the book, to be honest. I mean, but everybody's been chasing me to do this book for years and years now, and 50 years in football now, lots of stories to tell. But without Darlington, it would have been nothing, because it wouldn't have happened. So, you know, I'm really pleased to be back here, and I really appreciate the help that everybody's given me.